behind the palace walls, a shocking decision has just rocked the royal family. Prince William, the future king, made a choice so unexpected that it left Queen Camilla in tears. This wasn't just another royal business move. It was deeply personal and completely changed the game. What could have led to this emotional rift between William and Camilla? Why was this decision so devastating to the Queen? As tensions rise within the family, this moment marks a turning point in royal history. Don't miss out on the jaw-dropping details. This could change everything you thought you knew about the royal family. Stay with us to uncover the full truth. Prince William's choice, behind the quiet walls of the palace, something big was happening, something no one expected. Prince William, who might soon become king, made a strong and very personal choice. This decision was one that would ultimately change the royal family's dynamics. On the surface, it seemed like just another royal decision, but for those involved, it was anything but ordinary. William's choice wasn't made lightly. It wasn't about business or public appearances. It was personal, and this personal choice shocked the royal family. It wasn't just about Prince William and his beliefs. It was about how the decision impacted everyone around him, especially Queen Camilla. The choice William made seemed to completely disregard her expectations, and that's when the emotional toll began. As the future king, William's decisions had always been closely watched. But this time, his choice had a far deeper impact than anyone anticipated. This wasn't just about tradition or duty. It was about feelings, relationships, and trust. While William believed his decision was in the best interest of the family, Camilla felt betrayed, as though her place in the royal family had been undermined. This pivotal moment in royal history began with Prince William's choice, a decision that would leave a lasting mark on both the family and the public perception of the monarchy. Camilla's reaction when Prince William made his decision, the consequences were immediate and deeply felt, especially by Queen Camilla. Her reaction was not one of surprise, but one of profound hurt. To most outsiders, this may have seemed like a routine royal matter, but for Camilla it felt incredibly personal. She had always believed that her place in the royal family was solid, that her role would be respected. But this choice shattered that belief. Camilla had been part of the royal family for a while now, and while she was no stranger to the complexities of royal life, this moment made her feel as though her position was no longer secure. Her emotional response, tears, wasn't just a fleeting moment of frustration. It was a sign of the deep hurt she felt inside. She had been expecting things to unfold differently, but this decision left her feeling overlooked, almost as if she no longer mattered in the grand scheme of things. It was in that moment that the world saw a different side of Camilla. Beyond the poised and composed queen, there was a woman who felt hurt, rejected, and perhaps even betrayed. And for the royal family, this reaction signaled something much bigger than just an emotional outburst. It marked a turning point in the relationships within the monarchy. Family impact, the impact of Prince William's decision reached far beyond just himself and Camilla. It affected the entire royal family, forcing them to confront the changing dynamics within their ranks. For Camilla, the emotional toll was deeply personal, but the ripple effects of this decision stretched throughout the family. This wasn't just about one individual's feelings. It was about how the royal family as a whole would adapt to this new reality. Prince William's decision didn't just cause personal disappointment for Camilla. It also highlighted the shifting power structures within the royal family. As the future king, William's choices were becoming more influential. His decision was a reflection of his growing role in shaping the monarchy, and this move made it clear that he was willing to make tough choices for what he believed was the greater good of the family and its future. However, for the rest of the royal family, this sudden shift presented a challenge. There was now a noticeable tension that they couldn't ignore. Relationships were being redefined, and the once carefully balanced dynamic seemed to be fraying at the edges. Even those who were closest to the decision were now forced to reconsider where they stood in the family and what their role would be moving forward. Public perception. As news of Prince William's decision spread, it didn't take long for the public to take notice. The royal family, known for its grace, poise, and seemingly perfect image, was suddenly being seen in a new light. What had always been a symbol of unity and tradition now appeared more human, more vulnerable. The royal family's carefully curated image of flawless harmony was challenged by this emotional moment that revealed their flaws and internal struggles. For many, the monarchy was something untouchable, something above personal issues. But with this choice, the public was reminded that, at the end of the day, the royal family was made up of people with emotions, disagreements, and tensions just like any other family. And while that may seem insignificant to some, it was a huge shift for the royal family, who had long prided themselves on presenting a united front to the world. The public's reaction was mixed. Some sympathized with Camilla's emotional response, while others questioned William's decision. Either way, the royal family was no longer seen as a perfect institution. This event, while deeply personal, had left an indelible mark on the monarchy's public image, shifting the narrative of royal perfection to something more relatable, more real. The emotional toll of Prince William's decision was far greater than many could see. While the public focused on the outward effects, tensions within the family, and the shift in public perception, Camilla's internal struggle was much more profound. The tears she shed were a reflection of the deep pain and disappointment she felt, not just from the decision itself, but from what it represented. It wasn't just about a disagreement, it was about a betrayal of trust, a feeling of being sidelined in her own family. Camilla's reaction went beyond the surface. For her, this was not just a fleeting moment of upset, it was a wound that would take time to heal. It challenged everything she thought she knew about her place in the royal family and her relationship with William. She had hoped for understanding and support, especially after everything she had been through to earn her position. Instead, she felt like she was being pushed aside, her feelings disregarded for the sake of royal duty. While the world saw a queen with a composed exterior, behind closed doors, Camilla was grappling with the emotional weight of William's decision. It was a reminder that, no matter how high the title, no one is immune to hurt and disappointment. The emotional toll of this choice wasn't just a passing moment. It was a deep and lasting impact on Camilla's relationship with her stepson and her sense of belonging in the royal family. Tensions within the royal family. The fallout from Prince William's decision sparked a wave of tension that rippled through the royal family. It was more than just a personal dispute between William and Camilla. It was a sign that the delicate balance within the family was shifting. As the future king, William's role was becoming more prominent, and his decisions were taking on a weight they hadn't before. This decision marked a turning point, not just for his relationship with Camilla, but for the entire royal family. For Camilla, the emotional strain was immense. She wasn't just a wife or a mother. She was the queen, and her place in the family was deeply tied to the monarchy's image. When that image was shaken, so too was her sense of security within the royal family. The decision forced the royals to confront the complexities of their relationships, not just as public figures, but as family members who had personal feelings and histories influencing their actions. While the royal family continued to put on a united front in public, behind the scenes, the tension was palpable. Prince William, as the future monarch, was making his mark on the family's direction, but the emotional toll of his decisions was being felt by those around him. This incident was a stark reminder that even within the royal walls, emotions run deep, and no one is immune to the challenges that come with navigating both family and duty. The royal family would need to find a way to move forward, but the cracks that had appeared in their unity would be difficult to ignore. Aftermath and tension. The aftermath of Prince William's decision was not something that could easily be swept under the rug. The emotional toll it took on Queen Camilla was just the beginning. The royal family, already known for navigating complex relationships and public expectations, now had to face a new reality. Tension began to rise behind closed doors as family members struggled to make sense of the situation and address the growing rift. Camilla, in particular, had to come to terms with the fact that her relationship with William was now more strained than ever. Her disappointment and hurt were not fleeting. They lingered, affecting her view of her place within the family. For William, the decision wasn't just about family dynamics. It was about securing the future of the monarchy. He believed it was the right course of action, but the emotional fallout was something he hadn't fully anticipated. As the royal family tried to move forward, they couldn't ignore the underlying tensions that had been exposed. The public had been given a glimpse into the emotional undercurrents that ran through the monarchy, and the family would need to decide how to handle the fallout. Would they find a way to heal and move on, or would this decision leave lasting scars on their relationships? The future of the royal family depended on how they navigated this new chapter, one shaped by personal emotions, royal duty, and the complex web of relationships that held them together. The tension, though palpable, was something that would need to be addressed carefully if they hoped to maintain the unity the monarchy had long been known for. Future of the royal family. As the royal family dealt with the aftermath of Prince William's decision, the future of the monarchy was at stake. This decision marked a significant turning point, one that could reshape the way the royal family operates in the years to come. The emotional rift between William and Camilla was just the beginning of a larger shift that could affect the family's relationships, public image, and internal power dynamics. Prince William, with his growing influence, seemed determined to guide the monarchy into a new era, one that focused on efficiency, unity, and tradition. However, the emotional consequences of his decision demonstrated just how complicated balancing royal duty with personal relationships could be. As he stepped further into his role as the future king, the choices he made would have far-reaching consequences, not only for the monarchy, but for the individuals within it. The royal family would need to find a way to move forward, healing the wounds left by this decision while maintaining their public image and their roles as symbols of stability. The tension between personal emotions and royal duty would continue to play a central role in their journey, and the way they navigated these challenges would ultimately shape the future of the monarchy. Will they overcome the strains within their relationships, or will this moment of conflict set the tone for future divisions? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear: the royal family's future will be defined by the choices made today, and the emotional complexity of those decisions will leave a lasting impact on both the family and the world's perception of them. What do you think? Was Prince William's decision justified, or was it a mistake that could tear the royal family apart? Share your thoughts in the comments below! And if you're enjoying these deep dives into the royal family's secrets, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more exclusive content. We'll be bringing you all the latest updates and behind-the-scenes stories so you never miss out on the royal drama.